Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, call me Meech, and I'm back here with another NBA 2K22 My Team video for you guys, man. So today's video is actually going to be kind of just me talking, man. Just kind of me talking. These are some of the videos I kind of enjoy a little bit more. You know, I've tried putting out some gameplay things, and lately it's just been too much to do that, so I've been streaming that stuff. But these are the videos that I kind of do like to watch and actually do a little bit more. So today's video is actually going to be centered around a specific mode and just some things I think we could possibly change or just see to the mode, maybe just to make it a little bit more interesting. Going to be covering all of that over the unlimited / showdown mode, just because that's where I spend most of my time at. It's honestly my favorite game mode, which I know maybe some, you know, kind of hard for some of you to maybe hard for some of you to believe. If I could talk English, you all will understand what I'm saying. But yeah, maybe hard for some of you to believe, but that's actually my favorite mode. And it's just some things that with playing it so much, you kind of just see or think of things that may tend to improve the mode, or, you know, maybe just some ideas. So that's what we're going to kind of be doing today. But before we do get into that, make sure if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification. That way you always are up to speed when we, you know, drop a new video, stream, whatever the case may be, man. And if at any point during this video you vibe with the channel, whatever the case is, man, I don't know, you're just having a good day, like the video, it does help us get recommended, helps us get pushed out there, man. So like I said, we're going to be talking about unlimited today. Now, when I was first thinking about making this video, I was just going to cover the showdown tier specifically, but I was like, hell, why not, man? We could actually talk about unlimited in full, because I think it's something that we could very much address. All right, so just coming into unlimited, as you can see, I'm actually in showdown tier right now. 85 and 30 overall, 25 and 5 in the showdown tier. But first, we're just actually going to be talking about the unlimited ladder. Okay, so we've had this system, I think it was in 21. It was in 21, and then this would be the second year that we did have it. 19 was different. My brain's not working right now, but I'm pretty sure 19 was different. And maybe, no, 19 was of course different, and 20 was definitely different. It's 21 and 22 that we've had this basically ladder system. So, you know, starting in silver or bronze, whatever the first tier is, you win a few games, you get one of these boxes, you move on to the next tier, so on and so forth through every gem color until you hit Galaxy Opal. All right, now at Galaxy Opal, there are a few good changes that they did make to it. You know, they did take away the 12 and 0, just made it 12 and 4, 16 games total. So you have to go 12 and 4 in order to get that Opal player. And then Showdown was also added just this year, which is one of the biggest reasons I had to make the video. But in Showdown tier, basically what happens, I forget the actual win percentage, but I know that you can only have 17 losses within this tier. You have to win 65 games. Okay, so I think the final record that you could have to actually complete Showdown is 65 and 17, which at the end you do get this box here on the right, as you can see, with you get a bunch of shoe boosts. I mean, there's quite a bit of it. You get players, you get I think like 2 Hall of Fame badges, you get 15k front loaded XP for the next season, and then just some other stuff in there. So a pretty decent box in itself. But let's just talk about some things that we can do to kind of make this mode a little more lively. So one of the main things I think that a mode needs is replayability. Okay, they did go in and make some updates to the mode to make it better. I don't think it solved a replayability factor. It made it just a longer grind is really what made it. So adding the showdown tier was that new addition, and really it just made it very, very long. Okay, so what I personally think, let's talk about unlimited first. So unlimited, we've had that system for 2 years. I mean, it's okay, it's not too bad. Especially in the beginning of the game, it's very lucrative, but once it starts getting towards the end, it's just kind of meh, you know, it's not anything crazy. So something that I think that we could do for the unlimited tier is to change it, and I don't want to say back to 12 and 0, but maybe something to that degree. I don't know if they want to sprinkle in a few losses like how we have our 12 and 4, or how they want to do it, but I feel like it needs to be shorter. Okay. Now with it being shorter, it obviously would need a new structure. Okay. What my thought process is that whether it's 12-0, 12-4, 11-3, whatever you want to call it, I think that it needs to be a weekly type of updated event. Now, what do I mean by weekly type of updated event? Okay, so let's say week 1 comes out. Usually season always starts on a Friday. We always start with a promo. So every now and then we'll get promos that have like these promo inserts. Okay, we just received one last promo with the flash glitch. Okay, so Jason Williams came in a locker code, but you can also buy him off the auction house, kind of similar to this card. So let's say Friday we get our promo, whatever it is, and the unlimited player is an additional player, a part of that promo, but that's separate, that you can't get from packs. You can't get it from the auction house. Unlimited is the only way you can get it, much like how our unlimited reward cards are now. So Friday drops, so we get our promo, you get the unlimited player as a separate insert. So you have to go 12-0, 12-4, whatever you want to do with it, to get that card. Okay. Now, what you also could add is a reward system based on wins. Okay, so let's just for the sake of the video, let's just say it's 12-0. If you go 12-0, you get that player card or whatever the case is. Maybe at 3 wins you throw in, I don't know, the pack, let's say the pack, let's say some MT and some tokens, 10k MT, few tokens, whatever the case is, at, I don't know, 3 wins or something. And then at 7, you have a little bit more MT, maybe a few tokens, and some other type of reward, and then at 9 wins or something to that degree, you get MT tokens, and maybe you get a non-deluxe pack from that promo or whatever the case is. And then the final reward, obviously you have to meet whatever win requirement, and then you get the player. Okay, so you're solving a few things here. One, you're keeping the content current and unlimited. So, that player insert obviously has to be on par with what the content we got for that week is. So that's taken care of. And then you also have a replayability factor that allows you to, if you want to play again, you can play for those tokens or the pack or whatever win requirement you have. So you can still kind of have fun with your team. And then I think that personally that needs to just go on a weekly basis. So, once the next Friday comes, you basically update it. So you take off whatever the first player was on Friday, you make a new insert, you place him there, and then you change, if you have the tier reward system that includes the pack from Friday, you replace it with the new pack. Okay, so that gives people, like I said, replayability and something to do. Now, in my vision, what happens at the end of at the end of the 4 weeks or whatever the season is, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever you want to say it, if you were successful in getting every single player from those following weeks, you get to lock in that player for some other player. Okay, and the reason I feel like we need that is because eventually these cards kind of, in the current system, I don't want to say outdated, I still use a lot of cards that are old, but I feel that it would be beneficial if you can take those cards you have from Unlimited and use them for a bigger purpose. So at the end of 6 weeks, you have all 6 weeks cards, you lock in for a specific card that's really good. Okay, so maybe going into next season, that's that card that you locked in for is one of the best cards for maybe, I don't know, 2-3 weeks going into something to where you can get some really good usage out of the card. But I personally think that's how the basis of Unlimited should be set. One, because it gives you replayability for prizes and things like that, and two, it seems more rewarding and it keeps your content up to date, and I think that's a big thing. Now, if you wanted to keep some sort of like beyond Unlimited system, kind of how Showdown is now, the problem with Showdown is that it's way too long. Okay, it is absolutely way too long. I'm 25-5. I feel like I've been playing Unlimited for, actually, I'll show you. Okay, so Unlimited 25-5. Okay, I still have what's that math, 40 more wins of Unlimited to complete this tier. And let's just take a look at how much clutch time I've played. Now, I mean, I just love Unlimited, but look, I played 10 games of clutch time this whole season. Let's see if Triple Threat would actually tell me. 14-8, so what's that? 19, 20, 21, something like that, games of Triple Threat online. Limited, that's another story. You know, I have my 3 rings. I skipped one last week just because I wasn't a fan of the cards that were chosen. And to be honest, I haven't played any draft. Like, I mean, these tickets are here. I have not played any draft. So what I'm getting at, now I've done the other grinds, you know, I have Giddy, things like that. But what I'm actually getting at is that Unlimited just takes so much time that outside of pretty much like our offline grinds, I haven't played any other mode because I've been in Unlimited. And that's not to say that, you know, I would have played the other modes, but if I was completely done with this or whatever, so to say, maybe I would play some other modes. So if you wanted to keep a system like Showdown, maybe after that 12-4 or whatever, because guys can really do that I mean, like, they could do it in a day if they wanted to. So maybe, you know, if you want to, after you get that player that's at the, you know, the weekly player or whatever, maybe, you know, you slot in, I don't know, let's just throw out 20 games, a 20 game tier, much like Showdown. So not an 82 game or whatever this is. It's like a 20 game tier or something, where if you hit that, you know, the whatever the win requirement wants to be in Showdown, maybe you get, you know, as a one-time thing, you get a box like this. So, you know, you get some XP front loaded towards next season, or you know, maybe some players in there, maybe some boosts, some things you can make some MT off of, and then that way that is your Showdown. But it keeps it more fresh, it keeps it more concise, instead of this where it's like you have to play 50 some games or whatever to get the Opal player, which at this stage of the game, it's, you know, I mean, the players, they last, but you know, more people are drawn towards the packs because of the names that are in there. So it just keeps you kind of up to date with it. It condenses it a little much where it's just not this like 40 more games of Unlimited, guys. And I have only played Unlimited this season. Season started off at what, 40 something days, is down to 15. And this, besides my offline grinds, you know, for Giddy and the Moments cards, I mean, this is the only really online mode that I really played, which is crazy. It's just a testament to how long this grind really is. And I know you can do it faster, but I mean, the guys doing it that fast, I mean, that speaks for itself. I could tell you that's probably like 2% of the community. So it's kind of what I think, man. So I mean, like I said, updated pricing every weekly. You change the card every week. At the end of those 6 weeks, you lock in for the ultimate unlimited prize of the month, or whatever you want to call it. A small little Showdown tier after you go your 12-4, 12-0, whatever you want to do it. You know, if you do it, you know, really fast in that week, you get a box like this. So it's combining some different things. It keeps some elements from here, but it just makes it more fresh, more concise, focusing more on it to where it's not this long, drawn out kind of grind. So I definitely think some improvements have been made. Those are just some of my thoughts on how it can be better, so to say. So I just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there, but let me know what you all think down in the comments, man. What would be some of your changes for Unlimited? How would you like to see the mode? I guess the mode is going to change next year. That's just my assumption since we've had this for 2 years, but just kind of throw some comments down, man. I'd like to see what you all are thinking about it and how you would kind of make some changes to this mode. So that's pretty much all the content I got for you all today, man. Like I said, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. Hit the bell notification. We out.